one. No, sorry, wrong one. Anyway, gang, aloha. Welcome to the show, Graham. I'm your host, Doc Rock. It's time for This Weekend Live. Got my partner in crime, Miss Diana Gladney. Let me make sure that we have her properly situated. What's up, Diana Gladney?
Yo, what's going on, brother? Good to see ya.
I like that that colorway of your shirt. That's dope. I literally just noticed it right now. It's kind of like a combination of ocean and crest.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. That's about right.
Remember they had AIM with the sparkles in it? Yo, I used to have problems in the grocery store with moms or the drugstore because I wanted the AIM with the sparkles in it. And everybody else still wanted that green, like, bottom of the Chrome browser, whatever. Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at Chrome right now and I'm thinking, yo, that looked just like Crest. But the AIM was dope, dude, because they had two. They had one that was just a regular clear joint with the little sparkles in it, and they had the one with the stripes. They did like the red, white, and green or red, white, and blue AIM, and that's what I wanted. And he's like, man, I tell you what, you don't even brush your teeth, no way. Blah, blah, blah. My sister talking smack. And I was like, better than brushing your snaggly teeth. Because my sister Mimi, she used to always eat her thumb, so she had that front. They used to come out a little bit.
She was a thumb sucker.
She was a thumb. She was the thumb kid. And I was like, all right, Bucky.
Let me tell you something. If I saw a chick that's an adult, big, like we 10 plus. I'm saying adult. At a kid age, adult is 10 years old and older.
Hood 10 is a full grown adult. Let's just get it twisted.
Exactly. A hood 10-year-old that still suck their thumb, they can fight. I don't need to, you need a bag of chips from the cafeteria. What do you need on lunch or recess or something because they can fight? They put, what you saying?
No, this is facts because Mimi was the first one of us to get arrested. So.
Listen, if they suck their thumb and they a hood 10-year-old, they're an adult, don't fight them. You're going to lose every time. You're going to lose it.
That is so facts. She was in the 9th grade and some senior said something stupid to her that wasn't nice about our family or whatever, and she boxed that girl where she sat. And I was like, whoa. Listen, she's the smallest one of us. She's smallest, like 5'2". Oh, sorry, Misty. She's your size.
What you trying to say?
She's your size. And she the quiet one in theory until you make her mad. And then there's no quiet. There's no quiet for weeks on end.
Listen, all I'm saying is, it was in elementary school. Now you gotta walk through a nice little dangerous neighborhood, or a dangerous part of the neighborhood to get to our elementary school from where we live. Now we getting out of elementary school and getting ready to walk home. This girl took her thumb out of her mouth, it's the back and forth. It's back in the day you do a little shoulder bump thing and all that. Get up off me. This girl, she didn't even do none of that. She took her thumb out of her mouth, still wet. Grabbed the girl's hair, thumb still out. Whack, 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 whack. Start walking down the street, thumb back in the mouth. I said, them the people you don't play with. They don't have rules for fighting.
Okay, wait. Look, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this one day. Look, this my sister Mimi, and notice this gap in the teeth right there.
She still can fight.
You know what? She's a Capitol police officer right now.
Of course she is.
I tell you what, on January 6th, she was knocking a couple fools out. I just know.
Listen,
she didn't come up on no reports. I was like, yo, if my sister show up on CNN because she done knocked out one of these dudes with a sign.
Local news station, the officer took her thumb out of her mouth, proceeded to pop many caps.
Oh my goodness, that's just hilarious. She's gonna kill me for that. Anyway, gang, all right, so let me say what's up to everybody because we getting in trouble out here. Mr. Junkie Camera in the building. Hey. Mr. Tone Loc, Just Do It. Paul the Moderator Duncan is in the building. Yo, where's Sylvia? We need a custom built shirt that says Paul the Moderator.
Paul the Moderator.
Paul the Moderator. We're gonna have to hook OG.
The next live event, we all need to see that shirt walk through the halls as the moderator.
Yep. Is that Keely say bow to the red?
The
Yo, we should be able to color code wrenches YouTube because definitely we got to make Keely. Keely need that Roger Wakefield. Remember that giant one he had in the picture?
Old,
the one for like opening the sewer.
Wrench. Yep, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. Hello, Chocolate Twist Yogas. Good to see you here, Miss Lady Girl.
Good to see you, white chocolate twist.
Hold up.
Yoga.
Dean come up in here and Dean say, Diane.
What's up, Dean?
Man, if I don't scroll down and see anything other than I'm gonna tell you what, Dean, Bo McLeod Reynolds, we're gonna have. Oh look, wait, I'm at the bottom of the list, and there's only a Dean with the. All right, Dean, I see you. I see you.
Dang,
all right.
son.
Dang, son.
Dang, son.
Oh, Collie said, bless cousin Mimi. Oh, yes, dude. She is. That's what my original person that I ever called Little Bits. That was Mimi right there. Because she was a little bit. She was tiny, but yo, she was ready to box at any given notice.
The short ones was the feistiest ones. It's like,
my goodness.
The height isn't, listen, that's what I'm saying. Pull the thumb out your mouth, grab the hair. Thumb still out. Those are those thumb work. You don't play with people that suck their thumb and they a full 10-year-old grown kid. It's just not that. Listen.
Look, this is also funny. Last time we was together, she gonna get in the picture with me and Tiana, and she tippy toeing. She tippy toeing. She either tippy toeing or the thing in the parking lot so the car can't roll, the little yellow joint, the concrete. I guarantee you she stand on that because there's no way she that tall. I mean,
listen,
after 50-some years, I know she, and they both older than me. I'm going to just say that real quick.
She was using local resources to increase the height to, get where you needed to. I was washing my hair in the sink in my kitchen, and my niece is here. And she's like, Auntie Diana, why you standing on your tippy toes? I'm like, my head underneath, you got the. I'm like, you need to mind your business. Just grown folks' business happening there. I don't have to stand on my tip. Won't you mind your business?
Oh, my goodness.
When your mama coming to get you, mind your business.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's dive into some things real quick. One of the first ones I wanted to cover real quick before we get into tech, because once we get into tech, we are done.
Yes, right.
Instagram has done some things, and it's kind of cool, right? They added link stickers. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the article real quick. So, in theory, this is supposed to run out for everybody. It's not supposed to just be, like Instagram, they love to play, right? They love to do
the levels.
Little something here and a little something there, right? But in theory, they rolling out link stickers to the whole 9 yards, right?
Yep.
So, this is going to be good for a lot of the sort of people that are trying to grow their stuff through socials and using Instagram as one of those primary socials.
100%. Yeah, it used to be only 10,000 followers or more, and this is just, they lowered it from like 100,000 to like 10,000 about maybe 2.5 months ago. And so then a lot of people got more access. Well, they've been doing a lot of user feedback, and they went ahead and decided to open it up to everybody. So instead of the swipe up feature, you'll see a little link icon in the same place you go to for GIFs or images or whatever. And when you click on that, the link that you add is now clickable, and it works the same way as the swipe up. And they were saying that anybody that has the existing swipe up feature, if you did meet that earlier thresholds or whatever, you're not going to lose any of your previous stuff or abilities.
Yeah, I do like the fact that they did this because in a way, when you say that you're trying to be the social for small business, which is technically what they've been doing. If you remember back in the day, they were the first with the sticker support your small business. They were the first with the thank you sticker. Ours says mahalo, of course. But they got the thank you sticker. When you put the thank you sticker in, it'll automatically pull up like 3 images from that business's feed that you would put on your post, right? And then the way they were working with locations and things like that. So a couple things that they did this week besides the stickers was they added, more prominent access to the shop tab. The shop tab is now in the bottom of your tray, right? So if you have a product that you're slanging, having that at the bottom of the tray is also handy. So they are proving what they said a little bit ago about trying to be, that social for the small business people. And by having it set at 10,000 before and 100,000 prior to that, you was blocking a lot of, the small smalls. Now people can get in there. People like that place Miles took us to. Now they can get their little sticker game on. I mean, I'm still thinking about them joints.
The Moose place.
Hey, I roll up into the nail shop. It's like, yo, where the moose is at? They're like in the back.
Well, I'm telling you, she had to walk out that back door with a white foam plate. I'm like, nah, man.
Nah, man.
Just take me to somebody drive through Subway or something.
Oh,
but
that's funny.
I think what Instagram has learned is that so much of these social platforms are always talking about time on app, time on the platform, time on app. Don't take people off, blah, 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 blah. People leaving the app is normal. It is a regular occurrence. Like, they're not only and always going to be stuck. Like, there's nothing, no strategy, no something that you can do to make people stay on the app, because when they need to, it's like if I'm saying in the middle of a video, it's been plenty of times I've been tracking along with a tutorial around something, and they'll say, hey, here's this PDF something or whatever, or if you want to learn how to do this spreadsheet thing, download this whatever. I think what Instagram found out is through that shopping feature stuff, where it's like, and especially also ad dollars, I think also help contribute to this, because the ad, like the rate per ad went down significantly, like in 2020. Like, it was stupid if you wanted to do ads on Instagram. It was stupid cheap. It still is, honestly. So I think what they found is that it is normal for you to click on a URL, get the free thing that you wanted, and then come back. Because you're not done. I just need to get what I need to get and then come back. So the comeback of the shopping and the comeback of people doing whatever kind of stuff I think they've gotten the data to make them feel more comfortable, like with, well, yeah, go ahead and open up that 98th tab, Diana. No big problem, because we know you're coming back.
Oh, goodness. All right, first of all, Keely, I got your question I'm going to start at. And then I'm laughing because I seen this like new person pop up, Legally Pink Travel LLC. I'm like, okay, hey, that's dope. And then Gigi, the hostess with the mostest, comes up and she's like, yo, that's me. That's Ivy
me.
Rose. Me and Ivy Rose over here chilling. Ivy Rose going to B&H and hypnotizing all the employees when it says clearly no dogs except Ivy Rose. The sign say no dogs except Ivy Rose.
Right.
And then the main OG come over there like hanging out with Gigi for a minute. Like, hey, like, oh, this is a cute little dog. Like, how you doing? Hey, you guys want to see? Come over here. Everybody take a break.
Every time we turn around, we put a lens down, turn around, there's another somebody. Can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? Can I pet
Super
your dog?
funny. Yo, it's the cutest dog ever. So 100%. I was just short. One thing you mentioned about, putting your product joints and stuff like that. And, I just want to ask a question to our viewers out here, even if you catch this on the replay squad. Have you ever, this was that game, never have I ever, but this is a lie. It's like, have you ever bought something completely ignorant off the Instagram shop? Because it was just in your feed and you just like, oh, let me just purchase this real quick.
Most of my ad money comes from, it's like if I bought something through an ad or whatever, it is 1,000% almost. It's never a pixel from something following me around. It is legit something that is well targeted, as it seems like they always do on Instagram. Like from it's like a clothing company. Of course, the free books. I like, you could have just wrote a 10-page manual on coffee mugs, and I'm like, yep, give me the free book. I'm good for that. Just pay shipping. And plus tip your waiter. I'm like, listen, you can have it all. Give me the free book.
Bruh.
Like, it's almost every time, it's so hard.
So this is the something stupid that I done bought off of Instagram. It was called the Lip Mobile, and it sounded good on paper. And I won't say that it's bad, but it's heavy. It's heavy as sin, right? So what this is a solar panel jank that on the back has a thing to charge your phone, right? So if I were to power this joint on, I could take my phone and sit it right here, and then doink, you see, it's charging, right? So that alone is dope. It's a gigantic battery pack with a gigantic, key charger, And then when you open this side, it had 3 USBs. So you could charge all all any kind of stuff, right? But it recharges itself through the solar. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to hang this on the corner of my backpack. When I'm walking around Japan in the city doing all of that, I'll have the Japan traveling Wi-Fi plugged in and my phone plugged in and my Sony camera all charging, right? If we get stuck out there at night, you can just hit it and you got some light. Right. So this is come in handy with, like, I can't see nothing right now. It has come in handy for like blackouts and myriad things like that. But the only problem is when I was carrying this on my backpack, I'm walking around Japan. At the end of the day, I'm like, my right leg hurt like way more than my left leg. Like, what in the heck is going on here? And it's like, well, dummy, you got 1.5 pounds of battery extra on one side and give you that little. That's like, yo, that guy walk around. He got that old pimp walk. No, it's just this heavy battery pack. But what was dope is I got this for like $50 off of an IG ad, and I got like the first batch. And so a whole bunch of people was, I won't even turn it off. A whole bunch of people was trying to copy and buy this. And then all of a sudden, the company started getting in trouble for like everybody got crappy ones. So I think what happened is they got over popular, so they had to change manufacturers, and the second manufacturer jacked them. Because mine is flawless, and I had a 2-pack. My homie next door, he copied me. He got 2-pack. Like my boy Topher, Jerome, all of us got all of us that bought the original ad version, we all got dopeness. I swear, everybody that's on the second batch, all mad, pissed off, angry, problems, whatever. So that is the last dumb thing I bought off of Instagram.
Well, I can't talk because I got one that's orange and black, but mine
I like that one.
It's got like the 3. It's got like the 3 rollout. So it's technically 4 altogether. It doesn't have the charge on the back. It does have the light or whatever. But it's like, for me, it's come in handy where you do have those random power outages or whatever, because I have power like unlimited. Like you can clip it to the book bag and all that, but that's like if I got maybe a 10 or 15, 20 pound bag already. One more is not killing me for the trade off. But most of the time, it's kind of like a stationary-esque kind of a thing, and in that emergency situation kind of a deal. It's like, so like I said, having the one that rolls out and it gives me like 4 total solar panels, that one I enjoy a lot. So it just works.
After the first company started messing up, I went on Amazon looking. It turns out they did what I should have known that they did, because I know better, because I have been to the
private labeling.
Yeah, I have been to the China fair where you buy this kind of stuff and then you go sell it on IG. They bought it from a factory that just makes these for everybody, because there's about 20 different brands on the Zon. They're cheap enough that it's worth the gamble. Like, you can get them as low as like 30 bones. These ones are more ruggedized, but they, for what they do, they're amazing. So if it's worth the gamble to you, I would buy one, because what comes with like 3,600 milliamp hours, that's charging an iPhone like 6 times, even the new beastly phone. So it is nice to have around the house for just case of a emergency kind of blackout thing. And then that one you're talking about where you get the roll up solar joint and you spread it out, that comes in handy, because what you could do in your rental car, when you walk away, you just throw it on the seat, and then you have it like backfilling something, in the car. And then what is it called? Go Solar used to make one of that. But it's pretty handy device.
Those ad dollars are they well spent on Instagram. The targeting is unlike anything I've seen. Facebook, to who owns Instagram, they are not doing as good of a job as Instagram is doing with the showing me ads and getting me to do an action. Right.
So the other thing, I'm gonna go ahead and answer Keely's question real quick, because she had a question, and Miss D is the strategist extraordinaire. Says, I got a question. It's got the YouTube community tab. Can you riff on some ideas on how other streamers can use this? Right? And honestly, I'll riff on it now. In the past, what a lot of cats was doing was building like a little pod, if you will. I hate when people say that, but it is a word. where everyone just like shares everyone's stuff for a minute, and that helps just grow some of the activity on the tab. But I think in general, whether you're doing pod oriented stuff or you being organic, most people just forget to use it. Most people are not using it. And so once you start using it, your community will realize that you use it and they'll be looking for them. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, because most people are just doing the post and go strategy.
Yes,
post and leave. It's just like you post something, you leave the app, you're not engaging. It's like it's a community tab. Talk, engage, and build your community. Like, how? I don't know what to say. What have you been talking about? What have you been creating about? What was somebody's question? You got screenshot. You got the ability to do carousel stuff. We have been recently publishing more specific GIFs around, like that's a promotional based something. So instead of just, it's a little bit extra work, but we don't care about work in my company. That's what we do. Like if you want it to not work wrong, you got the wrong employer. So what we do is we'll take, instead of just resharing the video or something, which we still do, but we'll create dedicated GIFs to intrigue you more of the recent video. Didn't know that the ZD1 could live stream and charge at the same time. This is the video, and we're just sharing like the thumbnail. And so it's a GIF, so it constantly replays. We do specifically around stuff that are questions or something that I kind of want to know more about. If I got a comment or something and it's just kind of like riding me a little bit, and I'm like, okay, let me ask and see what y'all think. So like the last poll we just did was, which is harder for you, editing or recording the content? And it was a really good like interaction with that, which we usually do have on our polls. But a lot of people talk about editing. So now there's a whole bunch of content that's about to come out around editing content. But also you already saw, we already dropped a video about how to be more comfortable on camera. Essentially, that's not what the video is called, but how to have like teleprompter like quality production and not use an actual teleprompter. And so it's like you not only are just like, what do y'all want to see? I think that's the dumbest question that you can ask, to be honest with you. Tell me what content you want. They don't know. They're following you. Lead them. So if you are going to be a leader in your industry, this show is about sharing with you industry news. Obviously, we do Q&A, stuff like this. But we're not saying, hey, what do y'all want to talk about today? You're coming here to the show to like be informed. So you're leading your community already with something. It could be even sharing a controversial video from somebody else. It could be a screenshot of an article that said, like we talked about the Instagram thing. Hell, I'm about to share some stuff around that myself. So it's just like, it's cool that we have it. I could take a GIF and turn that into, from I got conversation or it's laughing, saying, hey, did you miss this weekend live? We just finished the stream, go watch it. So it's not just like promo. It's engagement, it's back and forth. And one of the things that they fixed before you all got access, which is, if you're not familiar, it's 500 subscribers or more have access to the community tab now. 500 subscribers or more. You can get replies. It used to just be they would comment once and you could reply and it stopped. And that was dumb.
Now you can thread it.
Now you got a thread.
That's dope. And I like what Kim said too. Kim is on point. I've seen creators use it to gauge what kind of videos that they should make. I see that all the time. And also seen streamers use it to notify about unlisted streams, which I believe is
Kimbuchi,
also
you can just say me. Just say me. All right? Just say me. No, but that's what, what's funny is, like, so I haven't shared that yet, but channel members got access to an unlisted video, which was us being B&H. And when I was talking to Lim about the Sony A7S Mark III. Okay, well, that vlog clip is obviously posted to the YouTube channel, but we've done that before where it's like, hey, this is what channel members get access to, but here you can see this one. And we'll share that to community tab. Now they can now come in on that one and see if they want to be a part of the channel membership and what happens on the back end of that. So, you know, it's a lot of ideas. Honestly, the ideas are endless, and I think we really are just starting to get to the baseline of what's available. But if you're only thinking about promotion, you're missing the boat. It's like there's self-centered
well,
content.
and it's funny because they call it a community tab. It's not intended for you to promote, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's intended for you to try to go in there and build some sort of community. I think there's some cool things like for Keely that she could pull off, even in like discussing. Actually, these are probably more shorts. Discussing the difference in like, say field hockey versus regular hockey, or field hockey, say versus some other, you know, really common sports, right? Like, you know, a 40-second timeout, completely different from a 20 or 30-second timeout that we get. And that timeout comes when the penalty corner is awarded, not like as a part of the game person. Well, it is a part of the game, but you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to call timeout, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think highlighting differences and stuff like that will just help even get some other people interested. But I heard her thing is primarily for people that are already in the business, if you will. So I'm sure there's some provocative questions you can ask.
Field hockey umpires.
Empire. So, what the heck is an empire?
I don't know.
I don't even like that show.
So I would say for Keely specifically, you have, so there's an app that we use in my company called GIF Brewery with the number 3. It's a free program. I think it's free. I don't know. It could have been I don't know. Just expect maybe $20 or less. But obviously it's other stuff out there, but that's what we use to self-create GIFs that we want. Again, it's other stuff out there. There's multiple ways. That's just a specific program that we use. You review clips of calls, and again, you have industry-specific stuff. I know a conversation before you was talking about like transgender, or I don't maybe know the proper terminology of maybe what it was called at that moment, but to my recollection, it was like transgender athletes and what was going on. Okay, well, you can show a GIF and do a clip of the pre-surgery performance or a kick or goal or like that same kind of a goal, that goal shot that they had, and then the post one. Because again, if I recall correctly, you're saying how they were saying, if anything, they don't get a benefit by switching from like a male sport and then they transition into, you know, female sports.
Oh, yeah.
But because they went through the surgery, they physically have to build themselves back up. So you could say, here's the before and here's the after. Do you see a difference in their performance? Open up the door to a conversation. I think that's the biggest thing that you'll probably get a lot of benefit out of. And like, you can do that and slow it down. It don't have to be super fast GIFs. GIFs can be relatively slow, but they repeat. So you have plenty of time to show the before and it kind of pretty much be like a video, and then show the afterwards, and then that loops, and then do a poll. Do you think they're faster or slower? Better or worse, kind of a stuff.
100% facts. So yeah, I think the community tab is a good place to you know, start working on some things. This is really odd. I just noticed a dot in the corner of my thing, and I'm just curious what that is. Oh, I see. No. In Monterey, next to your clock, there's a little, it's so stupid. I just went inside crooked. There's a little dot next to the AM on your clock, right? And what it is to let you know that notifications is done came through. Oh,
it's still AM. Where you at? I'm like, it's 1:43 p.m. What you talking about? It literally, I'm like, AM. I'm like, did you restart your computer or something? What's the problem here?
All right. So I had to bring this up because Miss D, because I've been waiting for this. And then now that it's here, I'm not underwhelmed.
I know where it's going.
I'm never overwhelmed, but I am intrigued, and thanks to me, the pixels are following you all over the place. Gang. DJI has dropped the DJI Action Dose. And I've been waiting for this mug since all you GoPro people came out here. And then Rob almost got me with the Insta60 360 stick.
Yes.
Especially after we were throwing axes and whatnot. And he was like, and I was like looking at,
instant replay like it's ESPN. First of all, Fulgen's got some anger issues or something. That bro, boom. It's like, Fulgen, you want to calm down? You got people over here. You about to take the gate off the daggone hinges.
Yes.
Like, oh, my bad, Miss D. I'm just throwing, it's like, okay.
Oh, my goodness. So far, though, like, it's kind of really, really cool. It Miss Keely, it was gift 3. I couldn't find it. So hopefully She will help us find it. I look for GIF 3. GIF 3 is a format, so
it's GIF Brewery 3.
Oh, GIF Brewery. My bad. I missed the entire word.
Yeah, GIF Brewery with the number 3. It'll say by Giphy Cat, GFYCAT.
Okay, so
I will share the link in the chat. I'll just share the link in the chat.
Here's the funny thing. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but most of the breweries in the country prior to us, say early 80s, was all in St. Louis, Missouri. And then so how the hell she say brewery funny? I don't know. Because that's the hold up, I'm just saying. Brewery. Like Michelob, Lowenbrow, Slits, Miller Lite, like all of them joints was St. Louis, Missouri. Anheuser-Busch, all of that. That was all St. Louis. And she still can't say brewery. What in the hell did she say? I was like,
look. Wait, I'm gonna say this. Okay, so you say it. You say it.
I ain't saying nothing. I don't even drink.
Say it then. No, because you didn't derail the whole thing. The DJ Osmo can wait. Say it.
Brewery. Yeah, whatever, man. It's brewery. It's country in the mug, bro. That's all I know. And I got stuck. I was like, yo.
Get brewery. I added like 4 R's to get brewery. That mug slid off the table. Whatever. Y'all business.
Okay, it's super funny. So in Japan, and you probably heard this watching like animes or Japanese show, they can't say blurry because it has the L and the R too tight together. So it would come out as brewery. Right? Brewery, like that. Try to say blurry. So it's burichata. It's so much easier. Like in chata, whenever you say something is ta, that's after the fact. Right? Okay. So chata is like a colloquial way of saying something happened after the fact. Right? So for instance, yoparai means drunk. Yoparichata means I got faded. Like I got camera junkie faded, right? So when this says burichata, that means you gotta take the picture again. So for some reason, I'm like, she been watching anime. Now she can't say brewery.
Listen, I'm trying out here in these streets.
I'm laughing. Anyway, so gang, what the whole point is, Rob, I'm under the impression, I'm stuck where you're stuck, and Miss D kind of gave me some insights on it too. All right, so in theory, the $3.99 joint is sick, and it kind of covers what most of us need. I kind of don't. This is the $5.99 joint where you're gonna pop the other screen on the back to look back at yourself. I don't think I really need to look back at myself because I will have in my pocket an iPhone, which will take incredible, front-facing shots now on an iPhone 13, which we both got. Me and Rob. Also,
I was about to say because I'm on 11 over here.
Yeah, no, you tripping. You tripping. You in the brewery. So the other thing is that in theory, and I'm guessing with Mimo, you're gonna be able to see with your phone anyway what's going on.
But would you though? That's not like, I can't see that being normal. Like you're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I look at Farouk's video, which is iPhone though, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get to his yet.
He was on the one wheel, and which is usually what he's doing, or like a bike or something like that. Okay, in that case, yeah, you got a selfie stick or it's on the string thing. So like regular use case is maybe for a second you check the app, but I think after a few times of how slow that is to like. That's an extra minute?
Yeah, I think most people pick their action camera up and just point it and know that with his wild range of view and things like that, you're gonna kind of, once you know what you're gonna hit, you're gonna hit. Here's a funny thing, bro. Up until the early 2000s, we never had screens. We always just point and went. So even the idea of grabbing a camera shaped like this and then like having a screen to look at. We never did that. All we would do is just go like this. You just point it in a general direction, and you shot, and you went and you fixed stuff. And then even fixing it in post, Lightroom wasn't even that good back then, right? When we was fixing it in the dark room, it was even different. Like, we went years with a Pentax K1000 just pointed into the middle of the field and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. But every Friday when the school newspaper came out, there was a picture of Victor Jones tied in Supreme catching that pass, going in for the touchdown, and whatever. We managed to catch those shots with no screen to look at, because if you was in your eye, it's too slow. You kind of just had to move your hand and take pictures. So I find it funny that everybody freaks out about visual screening, and I get the young people, they don't know no better. They've always had a screen. That's what they want. But that's what I was, and so in the way I'm saying to Rob, I don't think we need this version, because the way we're going to use it, we're probably just going to point it and get what we get. Plus, but the other version though, no, the other version comes with that battery though, and so I'd rather have the battery.
Nah, they gonna get you with all three.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
They're going to get you with all three. I think you do need the screen. Because here's the thing, they know that all of what you just said is true, but they know you've been watching GoPro and you've been waiting on it. They know people love the first one for the Osmo action and the front-facing screen, because I think they did it prior to GoPro doing it. And they know you're used to your phone. So they also understand that simply because the Insta360, and I know Kombucha in the chat can speak to that that specific camera, you've had this before, so they're not going to not give it to you, and you know that you've already been used to it and you want it. So you think you just finna pick one or the other. They know they finna get, it's not a or, it's a and kind of situation. So I think in regular use case, similar to the screen being that you can select your options, you want to see what your stuff kind of looks like.
The touchscreen part of it does make it convenient AF. That is true. So I don't know. You're probably right, and that's what I was going to tell Rob, that she kind of came at us with, you're going to end up with both. But in a way, though, you know how it is with DJI. When you get it as a kit, you save some coin. It's only like $20 though. So if you don't want to go all out, you want to see how you like it. It probably wouldn't be a problem to just get the $399 version, knowing that you can buy the screen later. And you're probably only going to lose like $20, if that. Sometimes I've seen it where, you get the bundle, you save. Man, you saved me $12. What the heck kind of bundle savings in that? I could have just bought them separately. Once you figured out what you needed.
We need a whole new accessories kit though with this.
Coming.
You know how the third-party random brands on Amazon was like, you can not only get the, back in the day, the waterproof casing for the old style GoPros, but you can get all the different straps, all the different adapters. So all that stuff still has to come. So I think this higher price tier is to kind of eat into probably them getting their version of the media mod stuff together, because this isn't waterproof like that. It's like, water resistant to a certain amount, but it's not waterproof.
No. It's waterproof.
I'm saying to a certain amount, not like the GoPros, like take it fully submerged, because you still got those connectors at the bottom for one portion.
With nothing connected to it, the body itself is waterproof.
But knowing that they know that you want both with all of the stuff, either with the extra battery or with the extra screen, you need to have some waterproof case. Some people just aren't going to put that straight into the water.
That's because they stupid. Because the manufacturers, Matty took it in the water, right?
I know he did, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They know.
And they show it. They show it here. But see, trust me, in the water, you're not going to be able to see that screen. Let's just cover it. I live near the ocean, so I know your ass is landlocked.
I'm saying though, you're giving the right relevant information. But they also know they will get you to buy simply because you say, I'm just getting it anyway. Like they know they're going to get paid off of it.
Oh, no, they know. They know. Well, and the other thing, too, is, trust me, the other thing that's going to happen, a lot of third-party guys are going to come through and throw their stuff together. But the reason why I like this above the GoPro is I like the fact that with nothing at all, I could just take this sucker and walk right into that ocean over there and be perfectly fine. And then Matt was asking the question, like, what about the battery pack in the water? You won't want that because you were asking for trouble. Also, why, like, what about the screen? Bruh, underwater, you ain't seeing that screen. You just can't. It doesn't work like that. And we got the clearest water in the planet out my door, and you ain't going to be able to see that screen. It just doesn't work like that because of light refractivity. So one of the things I really love about it is its master module, its tiny little piece is dope. I think this is going to come in handy for people like Keith in India, or Kali was asking earlier about like connecting, a camera to your bike. The sports mount with even stronger magnets that just strap to a handlebar, and you can come in and doink your camera right down.
That's and so then, smart with the magnets.
Money.
Smart with the magnets.
Because every time I get off my bike, I have to unscrew the freaking sport mount. And then, because trust me, if you leave it there just to go to the ATM, by the time you put in your PIN code, your camera is ghost. Your camera is gone. So I just think they did really good with this. I'm probably going to cheap out and get the $399 one and then see how hard it is to catch back up.
Yeah.
And it's not even like I can't get the full ass one, but I'm just super curious.
It's the idea, yeah. And I think the biggest thing though is just like the want of it all. It's like I can't not have a screen facing me. Like literally avoided great camera companies because I need a flip forward screen for everything. Like it has to happen. So it's like simply off of that, like it's an addiction almost to an extent. Like if you're a creator, they know you want that screen. It's like even for just a half of a millisecond to make sure what you wanted in the shot is, or for the 1 out of a million times that you're gonna point to this thing real quick for 3 seconds, maybe 1 out of a million shots. They know you want it. They're like, yeah, I need that screen. Let me go and cop that from you. I love though that they came out. Also, they snuck in the audio kit. So stepping on Rode and Comic Cut and all the rest of them a little bit.
Paul said he need a back camera to tell if a mugger was coming behind to get you. This is sick right here. Like, I love this little idea with the remote that popped the remote out. Oh, come on now. See, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. Look, they only showing you some of these things right here, but trust you me, them and everybody else finna make things for it.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who all gets access to what and how they come up with, again, because the magnets make everything easy. I'm pretty sure Ulanzi, they pretty quick with it. I'm curious to see what they come up with. I'm super curious about those other accessories that maybe it's some use case we haven't really thought about, but it's like literally right in front of our face, kind of a stuff that when it drops, you're going to be like, oh, I got to have it, kind of a, reaction thing to it. It's going to be just super interesting.
And you're right. So they already did it. The other day when I looked, I didn't see this right away, but now it's here. You have the front touchscreen module as a separate accessory. You got the battery as you can kit it out later. And now they got a waterproof case to add the extra battery, because if you're doing long dives, you're going to want that battery on there. So you can do it. The module itself, though, is waterproof. The magnetic lanyard, though, I think that comes in handy. And I don't mean to kind of wrinkle up your shirt. I mean, when I'm walking around Japan and I just want to have a hyperlapse, right? I'm wearing this joint. You know what I mean?
We was walking. John Dobbs' video. Go to John Dobbs' video, the last one he just did.
That's he got it already?
No, he used. Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I think he used the GoPro, if I recall.
Oh yeah, he got a GoPro.
He had the GoPro, but it's the same kind of a function. It just would have been less. One, they're less bulky, and I think that's the biggest selling point here. This can be as small as you need it to be, or more if you want it to be. So John Dobb has this channel called Only in Japan, which Doc has me questioning my U.S. citizenship over here.
Right.
Trying to go over there because
John be with that life, man. That's my G. Hey,
100%.
He did the stream like a couple weeks ago where he was going through Asakusa, and he was on IG. He was on IG.
Okay.
He wasn't on YouTube, and I was clowning him, and then we were talking back and forth. It is super hilarious because he was in my old neighborhood. This was good. Yeah. Him and Eric when they was walking around.
Yes. Homeboy was eating the whole time. John's like, yeah, I think it has a caramely texture. Dude's like,
Eric's like, whatever, man. And Eric is finished. Oh, where's the chicken one? And Eric is finished his whole chicken. John's still talking smack. Eric is done. It's like, what the heck?
To the point that he just, right there. He's take this mask off. Let me get with it. So,
funny,
side note, John Dobb uses the A1, Sony A1.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
That if you watch the clip in this video where they're walking down the street or something, it's kind of like towards the front, I think. It's 3D. Like
yes.
Like for real, for real.
And the part you said at 11 minutes that looks 3D. Let me get to that.
11:50 or 11:48 or something like that.
Right here. Here we are. We are at right here. This looks 3D to the
because that's yeah.
Yo, come on. I need no full frame camera. Cause full frame camera. All right, player. You've been. Not even teasing you. This is everybody says that because they don't freaking know. When you know, you can see the difference between full frame and APS-C in this. I'm not even gonna roll this clip. I'm gonna just look at this frame. That's what you get from full frame. But you do need bigger arms.
Pop. There's a 3D pop that doesn't make sense visually for, like, it just, even, again, going to B&H and seeing that in person, you think, oh, well, they just put the best lens with the best camera. Of course you want, it's like, no. It's something that I don't think, like, this video does a good job conveying it through video digitally. In person with the A1 and in person with the A7S Mark III, and just pointing it at different stuff, taking photos and all this other stuff, like, it's a very different experience. Like, that's why I was like, I don't want the weight of the Sony a7 IV. I don't want the weight of full frame lenses or full frame camera at all. But that look just cannot be expressed, I don't think, in APS-C, even with the best of the best of Honor's camera, a Fuji camera even, you know?
He went to the Daifuku store. He just got me messed up. I watched this whole video, and then it just happened to watch. I just happened to see it again right now and saw that they went to the Daifuku, and oh my God, that is my thing. I guarantee you, once you eat one of them, you're gonna be like, Doc, what? When we going back to I can't say that. No, it's not called that, Diana. It's called Daifuku. Yeah, the Daifuku shop. When we going? No, Diana. Daifuku. Okay, whatever, man. You know what I'm talking about. When can we go to that again?
That's exactly what I say. It's like, whatever, man. Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
Miss, I got Miss D out here swearing. Now she got to go to church and be like, I ain't mean it. I was just trying to talk about them Japanese snacks.
That's right. I was trying to start living right and got
oh
messed
my
up.
God.
Shoot. Yeah, but that like, we got this whole sidetracked on the Japanese, but y'all go watch that video just for a lot of mirror.
Let me give them the link.
Clip anyway.
Well, John is just good, and you guys need to start doing your homework for when we have the field trip, because it's coming, dang it. Y'all got me wanting to go bad. So
right, because New York was just a snippet of, like, a week was not enough time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a week is quick. You would think it's long, but it's like, it's
here's
quick,
the cool thing. Here's the cool thing about John. And I think about this all the time because we have people in our group right now that live in fantastic cities, right? Mm-hmm. And they would be talking about, like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna stream about, but I want to do something. Blah, blah. You could just rep your city, and it's a dope thing. There's plenty of people that have channels repping their dope cities, right? Yep. And I even look at a city like San Fran, which for right now, truth be told, is kind of going to hell in the handbasket. However, there is some still quite amazing qualities of the Bay, right? Like, I would go to the Bay any given day of the week because the Bay has some amazing qualities, even with the stuff that's going down. So you can highlight, I mean, we was just there in New York. You seen it. You saw the dopest stuff, and then he was like, oh, man, I can't even believe that's out here in the same day. So, you know, it happens.
Look,
and
that driving of there, I was literally last night telling my mom, like, I never saw lines on the street. I don't know if the lights was really lights. It felt like a simulation. I'm like, because y'all just driving through gaps. It ain't no definitive this side of the street and that side of the street. Everything is like, you see it, you go.
We just
Like,
make up stuff.
Just go.
Oh, that is super funny. I'm trying to find my
But-
picture from when I went to Asakusa. Anyway, go ahead.
Paul was saying, he said he would pick the DJI Ecamm over a GoPro. So I am curious, if you in the chat, and whether you watch this live or on the replay, would you pick the DJI Action 2 or would you pick a GoPro Hero 10? I personally would like the Osmo if I was choosing between the two, but I probably might go with I'd probably go with Osmo. I would want the GoPro, but I'd probably go with the Osmo just because GoPro has too much of a problem, like with consistency and dependability around, like it keep working, the footage not getting messed up or corrupted, or like they just keep running into that problem. So far, everybody's like, yeah, it's been fine so far, but literally every other model has had some variation of that. Nobody is talking about that from DJI standpoint across any other products, not just the apps, not just the phone, not just their random different softwares for the MIMO connections for whatever. Like, they're not having that problem. So software-wise, they're more intelligent. I would trust my footage, and like if I'm going to a Japan, I think I'd have so much more fun because I could do, where we was doing the axe throwing and just put the little cam. Like that was like those little things. Like it adds up. It matters. Or if you're on the Swing and Things podcast, hosted by Diana Gladney on a swing at the axe throwing place, then those are also great times. Those are also great.
Bruh, that is the best. Okay, look, real quick. Look, when y'all see this is Asakusa, right? This is where John went. And this is Young Stunner Doc 2006 at Asakusa Temple. Yo,
listen, is that June back there with that Bob Marley shirt on?
No, that's my friend Shinji.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He do look like June. That's funny. Yo, so that was me.
Baby
And look,
Doc.
I'm gonna go ahead. Only in
Baby
Japan.
Doc, do, 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 baby Doc, do, 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 do.
You simple. Jim said, let's get live with Doc in Japan at the Daifuku shop. Yes.
Hey.
Oh, see,
All he
Jacksonville.
gonna say is sitting there eating like, okay, gang. Now look, listen.
Listen, yo.
Listen.
So,
Let me explain you something.
yo, you didn't even know, man. Like, we have so many dope things to do. Like, the action cam stuff would just be perfect in a spot like that because of the amount of things that you can pull off. The walking, I have clips of me doing walking tour with my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then so we kind of talked about this too. You said you would probably use it twice and then sit it in the corner and whatever. Right? Two things I think is dope about it that I've been wanting to do. Right? Oh wait, let me just go get and let y'all see Doc with the kimono action. You guys are gonna crack up laughing. I don't know what. I don't know what the. Look, wait. Where we at? This is Doc over here. Wait, where'd I lost the picture? Where'd my kimono picture go? Look, we over here, boom, chilling, kimono day. We just we went on a festival. We decided like everybody in school we're gonna rock the kimono and stuff. And that was my friend Koo. She's super hilarious. All the kids from University of Korea, right? They used to all hang out with me because I speak Korean. So they were shocked. The first couple of weeks, I never said anything. I was just minding my business, and I would just sit there. I'm with you, Gigi, and I would just
Gigi,
kind
you
of.
never heard that song before until today. That's a new rendition, never before heard.
So I used to just chill and mind my business and just be in the kitchen doing whatever. And then one day, Dad calls, and I answered the phone. So I was in the kitchen by the stove. Actually, I was making dinner, and Dad calls. So 여보세요? And then my friend Chong, he was like the leader of the pack of the kids from the Korean school. He linked in. He had his beer in his hand. This is my boy right here. And that's our kitchen. That's the door right there. So I was inside the part where you see the silver. I was in the kitchen cooking. And then he linked in, and he was like, And he had a look on his face. So I was just like minding my business. And I turned around and I'm having a conversation with Pops, and Moms. They was checking on me to see how everything was. Now I turned back around. Dude, there's like 9 of the students from Korea like at the door. Just watching me talk to my dad. And then I was like, okay, I'll tell my mom and dad bye. I was like, whatever. I was like, somebody slap June real quick, no business, no biggie. And then they're like, all right, just stay your ass out of trouble. I know you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I turned around and they was just like all staring in the doorway with the look on their face. They're like, Honggu Malu? Like, you speak Korean? And I'm like, yeah. So you been here like 3 weeks and you hear us talking and you listening to everything we say? And I'm like, yeah, kinda. They was mad. It was super mad. They was like, oh, you're evil. And I was like, well, y'all be talking spicy about everybody. I need to know what the clicks is and who
right,
like what.
Right. You gotta be quiet at first so they to know if you come up. We need the circuit to run a little bit.
Oh my goodness. It was super funny. They were super angry. But like that became my crew after. So yeah, it was just kind of funny that at first like they just couldn't understand like how the hell is how did you learn? Like why is it possible? I was like, you're in Japan right now, right? Yeah, doing what? Learning Japanese. Yeah, right. So how is it possible that you speak Korean and English, by the way, and now you're gonna learn Japanese? And they're like, okay, stupid. You got it. But after that's different because the way it works in Japan, Korea, China, most places, your age level, regardless of whether you know the person or not, has a lot to do with the respect that you're offered and given, right? And it wasn't that they were disrespectful, but then seeing me as young, like older brother, like instantly seeing me as, like one of the Koreans, like the respect level went different. So even Chong, I'm older than him. He went from being the top of the food chain of that crowd to me being the top of the food chain of that crowd, even though I'm not from their school, but just the way that you do respect, right? And so you'll always see in the movies and the TV show that the youngest person at the table will always pour drink for the older person, right? If you guys are on the same level, like an older person can just hold their cup like this. If you guys are on the same level or you want to pay respect back, you'll have a hand under the bottom of the cup and you hold the side of the cup as they fill your cup. So when you watch, you see them drinking sake or drinking soju or something like that, you'll see that the way that they handle the cup. And the jacked up part is the young people will never let the couple of oldest people cup get empty. No.
Good luck walking home.
Who invented this stupid rule? Like I got class tomorrow. We're gonna have a couple of drinks. We're gonna go sing some songs. We're gonna go back. Yo, we in class the next day. They good. Studying and all that. Teacher asked a question. Yo, board son. Hi. 大丈夫だよ. Futsukayoi. Like you got a hangover? Oh, okay. Why are you drunk? Everybody else is okay. Because I'm the oldest. Damn it. Not a good look, bro. Not a good look. All right. I got one more interesting one for you guys, and then we'll stop my reminiscing. I went to freaking sumo school. I got beat up, but I went when I was there because one of the biggest sumo wrestlers ever to walk the face of the earth is from Hawaii, but he's like a king in Japan. And then so I saw him when I was there, and he sent me to go to sumo school, and then I got beat up by this guy. He beat my ass. He threw me all over the place. I was trying to wrestle. Yeah,
I did the little squat. Thought you had a chance. Pow. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just changed my thought around how are we gonna do this.
Yeah, Camera Junkie. I'm gonna keep that info tight for now, but I'll tell you later. Yes. So gang, I'm with you. Like I'm kind of looking at that, but Techtober is killing me. Right? We got new Sonys.
Plus the Z9 came out today. Nikon Z9 came out today, which is not bad.
Wait, wrong side. I gotta put a picture of Diana like right here, so
you know where to look.
What? And the other day, I was like, Kevin Junkie, boom, and then he was like, wrong side, doc. I was like, oops.
He punching the wall.
I just hit Darth Vader and Nads over here.
Well, I'm saying that from the standpoint of corporate competition, right? So if Sony always is the best, and even if Canon was always the best, but they're not. Even if like Sony's always the best, they can chill, which they kind of have been doing, which speaks to like A7 IV isn't like a chill back kind of camera, but I don't think it's as dominating of a presence as the A7 III initially was. You know what I'm saying? Like when they were releasing cameras, they were moving the market. Like the line moved. You thought you was about to hit the goal. The goalpost moved. I don't think the A7 IV moves the goalpost. It just gets you closer to it in that respect. It's still dope camera. It's still, amazing. Like I said, other tech came out so far. You got the Pixel 6. You got the iPhone 13s that hit, which is a little bit before, but I'd still throw it in there. You have the M1 MacBooks that came out. You have the new iPads. You have, it's like every time I wake up, and it's just like, what now? I'm trying to run a company. What now? It's like, but for me in my pockets, I'm thankfully I'm at a place where I'm not so, like I love the gear stuff, but I'm at a place to where can more methodically move around the gear and stuff. That's why I'm looking at the A7 IV. It is amazing. I don't think I'm going to make that move to full frame though.
Yet.
No, I don't think it's even a yet. Unless I would say not even unless. I think it's an until, simply because it's kind of like a for what.
Yeah, thing. Once you do, then you'll understand. But it doesn't do any good to try to tell you otherwise, because definitely one tick that's in your checklist, which full frame will always mess up for you for now, is that weight difference, right?
100%.
That weight difference will always bother you. And I get it. You're a smaller person, right? I'm a big dude, and I tend to carry my stuff in the rolly carriage.
Yeah,
right?
I'm doing
like,
all that.
I have Pelican with wheels. Not Pelican. It's not technically a Pelican, but it's Pelican style with wheels. And then for my backpack, you see my backpack, it's like, ninjas in a half shell. So I can fit 3-4 cameras in there. So yeah, I get it. Like, so that's going to always bother you. But at some point, when you get into a situation, probably either through working with it or, renting one, or somebody put you on task, you'll see it and then you'll start to understand why. But it's smart. If you can pull off what you're pulling off without a full frame, by all means, go there. Stay there. It's like, because it's a big difference in lenses and it's a big difference in weight. But
thankfully, Sony E-mount, I'm not missing anything, because the 4K 60 on the A7 IV is cropped. And it's cropped to basically that Super 35, which is basically APS-C. Okay, well, I'm not losing anything at that point. Those existing lenses are still going to work. But at the same time, you go full frame to get the max benefits that come with going full frame. Yeah. For me, it's like, if I look at it, it's like, well, you get 4K 60. When have you ever seen me shoot something that needed to be in 4K 60 as an option, in that regard? I have stuff that can shoot 4K 60. When do I use it? Almost never.
Yeah.
However, for the sake of, I'm gonna get the, I'm probably gonna around about next week have an A7S III in the office. So I'm gonna get a touch of it a little bit, and I'm gonna see what's what, because I need to make a decision.
But you don't have any full frame lenses.
No, I'm getting the lenses with the camera. So it's like, I'm gonna say lenses. I'm going to choose maybe between some stuff. So I gotta go look. So I'm gonna rent it, and I'm gonna see. When I've tested full frame cameras before, I'm not so impressed. That makes me want to go to that. So A7 III, as fantastic as it was, I shot with it on a whole day on a legit thing in Vegas. Wasn't impressed. Like, it's in the, as far as the use versus APS-C, because both are great. That for that extra weight, that smidge of a difference from low light comparisons for what I was needing to do at night, I didn't need it. Yeah. The trade-off wasn't there. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. When you're in the right, it's kind of weird too, because it's funny that we're sitting here talking about these particulars. You actually have to have that perfect storm of tick marks to make it worth making the switch. So I've always had both. I've always had both sides. I primarily don't use my full frame for video though. I use my full frame for photos, because that's when it makes all the difference. It makes every difference that you didn't even know the difference, but it makes all the difference. But that's a whole different thing. And it has to do with back focus and some other things there. But again, like, so here's the funny thing to me. And this is a funny thing to me from the standpoint of what the majority of the people that we follow talk about. They're talking about these things as they're the end all be all. All of this stuff. As June and I were cleaning up yesterday, and we're going through the camera section, everything we got right now is a massive downgrade to where we came from. Because we come from like, you know, $250,000 Cine Alta with $180,000 Fujinon or Canon lens. And so as we picked up that bag yesterday, thinking like, man, it's funny, this joint is worth about $8 right now. But somebody with a museum or somebody that's trying to like show the lineage or whatever, it might be valuable to them. So we'll figure that out when we get to that. But it's funny because everything these guys are talking about, everything everyone's showing, and like, oh, 4K 60 and blah, 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 blah. The reason why they want that is so that they can shoot slow motion. We come from just use a Phantom. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to have our camera do some kind of fancy, use the slow motion camera, right? So we come from the real space. So it's funny because we sit here and we make these particulars, but at the end of the day, considering where we're going, streaming, either live or, you know, streaming as in Netflix, you know, kind of streaming, majority of the stuff that people are talking about, yeah, you're right. You can stay exactly where we are staying in the primary phase with something as simple as this and good quality lenses and better quality content and flow.
Yeah. I'm just like knowing that I can get 10-bit through HDMI on my A6600 that I never use, knowing that 4K 60 like capable cameras like have been in the hand, and it's like for the test shots is fine, but the thing is also, even like from the entrepreneur standpoint, it's like I'm kind of at the place now where like in building the team out. So we hired like another editor on our team this week. With building the company out, I'm not going to be doing the shoots and stuff. I'll do what I do at home, but it's like stuff is kind of growing to a point now. It's like future thinking. The company may own it. What I personally, it'll probably be like an and situation. It's not an or thing. So we'll have both. I personally prefer APS-C cameras. I think that's going to have to change by nature of APS-C not being like it's capped. I think at this point, kind of honestly.
We are capped. So I'm saying you'll eventually get there, but I think what's going to happen is we'll be into some different type of bodies, or the tech will get it light enough to make it worth it for you. So yeah. What's up, Steve-O?
I think it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be it's going full frame simply because technology will continue to advance at that level.
Yep.
And the extra new features and stuff like that. And that's literally the only thing. So it's like the sacrifice. It's like, lift some weights to hold the camera kind of a thing at this point. Because here's the thing. I got spoiled on this trip to New York. It's like same camera. Your setup, you had the Sigma 16 and the ZV-E10. I had an even lighter setup with the 10 to 18. Camera Junkie's here. He can attest to this. I had the 10 to 18 and the ZV-E10. Your camera still had more weight than mine. Mine was like almost throwing it up to the ceiling. It's so light. It literally was nothing.
I know how short your memory is, Dementia. I am 3x your size. I can't feel that.
I'm just saying, though. That's what I'm saying. To you, it would just fly up. It's nothing. And first of all, you keep disrespecting my height. We will, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to kick me in the knee?
I'm saying, I can reach the knees just like pie out. I'm just saying.
Man, I'll be over there with Aiden.
So, okay. So for those of you that weren't in New York, the reason why that's funny is because we're in the room in New York.
Hey, that's it for this week.
No. Okay.
I have a mute button.
Should have been there. I'll put it that way. Should have been there. I
have a mute button. See,
should have been there.
Rob is right. His camera was the lightest because Rob came with the Insta360
That's
joint.
True.
Dude, the Insta360 is like this big. And he's just
Rob
walking around. He like,
this is my camera. And he's like, what? It's like, look, what's this chapstick to? I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's the camera. It's like, okay. You just walk in. Hold on, guys. Put the camera down. Okay,
Luis, I do believe it's coming still, and that will just make. Because I think the reason why it's going to be stacked, Luis, is because of what Ms. D just said about is being maxed out at its APS-C potential right now. So the next best thing they could do is do some sort of stacking. And trust me, stacked APS-C sensors is going to be bananas. Like, what her name, Gwen, say? BANANAS is going to be bananas.
Rob, we got problems now. Tell me my Insta360 Go 2 was just a little shorter than forget you, man. And the rest of y'all talking stuff. No. But I think the stack sensor camera, but here's the thing though. Even as good as whatever they plan to make it, I don't think it will ever be as good as the features you will see in the full frame camera, and it's literally solely for that reason that I probably will buy the A7 IV, retire my A6600 because I'm not going to use both.
That's it for me.
And
you just said it right there. It is right now the most beautiful stop gap between going all the way nuts at A1 level and then staying where we are. It is a perfect stopgap. They designed it perfect to fit exactly where it fits, and it covers everything. Primarily 33 megapixels, all of that dope stuff. You get that good back focus, that depth of field, all of that. Everything is covered with the exception of some 4K 60, which we're not shooting sports in action. Don't really need it, right? And if I want to bless my B-roll, I'll just use flame branding interpolation inside my editor, and any of y'all can't pick it apart. Half of y'all don't even know which camera we're using half the time, so I'm not worried about y'all picking it apart. I swear to you, those guys do it for each other. And it sounds crazy, but Matt is watching Peter and Potato and Farouk and Casey, and they all watching each other. And Gerald is sitting back. I don't care, yours look better than mine. I would tell you that your pixel alignment was not in the retrograde with Mercury, as it was 33 degrees off from the situation with the encabulator. And then
they will all take notes.
And they will all stop and bow down to Gerald. So they have started a thing where like girls start coloring their hair for each other, because guys, we really don't care what color your hair is. I don't know why everybody, think they're doing it for us. Y'all ain't doing it for us. Y'all doing it for each other. And I say that they're inclusive, y'all. All right. I wanted to bring this up real quick before we bounce. I watched all of these guys do their tests. And I just want to warn our crew, be careful what you're listening to. I consider Luke one of the better of the people that do this type of stuff. And he missed a major point. And I was kind of irritated. I even told him so in the comment, because I expected better from him.
You would he get a D?
Nah, he get a B. I would say he covered everything properly, but him and everybody else missed a point. And actually, the funny thing is, one of the muggles in our conversation on the Lori and I duking this out on launch day, one of the muggles brought this up. So it's funny because I agree, and it's funny. But let's see, did he get to my comment yet? Oh, there's a lot of people commenting on this video. Anyway,
and it's so hard after you hit publish, even if he felt differently afterwards, it's too late. Like it's like
he would make another video to say about what he said about. A lot of the rest of these Ken folks won't. They'll just leave it out there. And a lot of them are making it because everybody wants there to be a problem. Here's the one thing. Whenever anything new comes out, even with the A7 IV or the GoPro 10 or what we just got talking about, the DJI 2, there'll be people on certain channels that's out here looking for problems, and so they will find them because that's what you're looking for. Okay, I'm way far down there. But here it is. He went and he took two of them, right? A Pro and a Max. Otherwise, same configuration. And he went and compared, like, do you need to get the Max over the Pro? And he went and he found out that it's like a 12-second difference in rendering something in Final Cut. and like a 4-second difference in something else and a 1 second longer in something else. And so he went through all the things and he's like, I don't think it's worth going all the way to the max because he couldn't see the $1,200 gap difference, right? So 2 things he didn't cover. He didn't cover for people doing this for a living, which he does. He's a video editor. That $1,200 is literally 2.5 hours worth of work. So it's not the end all be all, but he's talking to his audience. So maybe, like that might be a lot for somebody, right? But anybody that's a lot for, they're not buying this computer anyway, right?
Because
well, not even that. It on the other one on a thumbnail, you can't see it from here. On the thumbnail, he had it shown where it's talking about. Don't go all the way back, dude. I wanted to see the thumbnail. It's not going to work. 3899 versus 2699, right? Anybody that that's a struggle for, they're not even getting into the $4,000 version. They're not getting to the 3K range. It's not really who you're talking to. So the message gets mixed into who they're talking to, as opposed to the thumbnail's intriguing, and a lot of people who can't even come near this will watch it. So you'll get the views, but in a way it's disingenuous because they're kind of canceled out anyway. But anyway, without getting into that, the part that he missed, the apps are not written for the max yet.
Yeah.
And it won't be 3-6 months before they are. And the benchmarks, your Geekbench, what everyone loves to run to, which is a bunch of crap because nobody Geekbenches. People work, right? Final Cut just got an update, and Final Cut doesn't show it yet. But trust me, as the plugin companies catch up and as Final Cut itself catches up, or a lot of people still use Premiere, which ain't caught up, or DaVinci ain't been upgraded yet either.
That's smart.
Nobody, and I've said this from day one, but none of the apps have been, they just got them. The developers just got these. And now the developers can go, oh, if my people use Pro Max, I can do this, and this, because there's so much more power now. And
Bugatti in the same body shell.
Holla back. So the title and the topic and the Apple's trying to F you mentality is fantastic today. But your story will not wash in 3 months. And you know this. I know you know this because you've been doing this for 4 years.
So here's the thing, though. You have to question, and I hate to do this to sometimes some of our favorite creators that we like watching, but you really have to question what is the motive in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's clicks.
This exactly because we're looking to max ad revenue right now and attention, so that when we want to do the root content a little bit later, you're already here and you're not searching 2-3 months down as heavily as you are right now. However, the other thing, though, too, is like it's a great point.
You didn't listen all the way. You heard half of that. I got that it runs on M1s. They're not upgraded for M1 Maxes yet because DaVinci is used in broadcast houses. Broadcast houses will buy $4,000 M1 Max like they're disposable. So DaVinci knowing that, Avid knowing that, Final Cut knowing that, some of these plugins knowing that, like high-end color grading stuff, they will my brain just went dumb. They will recompile their code, make some changes to their code to access
compatibility updates.
Yeah, they will make, and there are minor updates too. They will make it so that they can read all 64 gigs of RAM. They'll make it so that they can use all 32 cores of GPU. They'll make it so that they can use performance cores. So although they all run natively on silicone, they haven't been bumped up for the speed that's going to be there. It's like when you move into your neighborhood and you get your first, you're the first person to move into a brand new subdivision. Your internet is dope because ain't nobody there yet. And as the neighbors all move in, your internet becomes whack, right? That's what I'm speaking of. I'm saying that even Final Cut, which is written by Apple right now, is natively designed for the generality of M1s. There will be things added in the future updates within the next 3 to 6 months that are going to fully max the max. And so my comment to Luke was, nothing is written right now to max the max at the maximum, which was a funny statement to write.
I think the thing that's important to note is that when you're looking at compatibility updates, it's just kind of like making it work with. Whereas when you're looking at here's the thing, most people I don't still think have a full understanding of the M1 chip. Let's get that out there. This just came out. The M1 chip is brand spanking new, to the point what used to just be on people's tongues was about the ability of like the Intel versus the M1 and why you shouldn't get the M1 and you should stick with Intel. That was just the conversation. So now everybody saw what the introductory features and capability of that chip is. We haven't fully experienced people and the developers and these companies taking time to fully push this thing, not just to its limits, but just literally to its possibility of what it's just supposed to do. And you look at an application like Final Cut Pro, they just did an update about not just the Smart Conform that came out last year, but you now have the Smart Conform where it's got some of the active tracking. Well, like Premiere Pro, for example, has like it can follow you around and kind of like move with you as you move and follow the subject. Stuff like that, or smart reframing, or the re-identification of something. Like, we haven't gotten so many layers deep yet with this. I think a lot more is still to come. So I agree with you. Like, if you're going to say right now, if you need baseline, it's not worth it for the max. But if you know that your future use case is going to be a potential, you need more, get the more now, because you hate now I got to transfer all my stuff again and stop it and just get the full thing versus buying less than and just enough of what you got enough. Get more than what you need because you're gonna need it anyway.
Well, yeah,
when they come out.
There are the type of people. Okay, so this again, and I know Luke is the same way, which is why it's funny. I'm the type of creator that uses my stuff for work so hardcore that I'm going to replace it in 2 years no matter what. So in a way, if I can find enough work movement in the middle somewhere that I can get a bunch of my work done and get it covered in no time, that's a good spot to sit, because I know in 2 years I'm going to swap it anyway. Also in 2 years, we'll be on M2X or M3 or something of that nature. So, no, in a way, if you are a 2-year person, no, it doesn't make sense to go out and fully load a max. That's just dumb. But there are people who haven't figured out that from a business person's life, you should swap it every 2 years. So they're going to go out and they're going to fully load it, but they will still have that sucker 10 years from now and still, rocking it. So you got to kind of know where you get in. And if he's talking to those people, hey, I respect this argument, but he doesn't mention any of that in the stuff. So it makes it seem like you're just, wanting to hit that thing where like Apple screwed up again. And it's like, why do these guys all do that? Like, it's just dumb.
Well, I think target market though too. And so my thing is I always teach that your content should always be attracting and repelling. So do you think it's that kind of a situation, or do you legit feel like he is either he missed it or he just is omitting it purposely? I think he missed time.
Because he's normally pretty good about this stuff. And that's why, like, I stopped watching Max. I can't watch Max no more because Max is playing the National Enquirer role. Yeah. And so same with Linus. Like, I don't even watch Linus no more because Linus likes to play the National Enquirer role, and I get it. That joint sells and moves clicks, like whatever.
It's just not helpful.
So here's what I mean. So Roberto will do the National Enquirer title, and he'll hook you with the National Enquirer statement, but he'll clean it right away. Right?
Yep.
YouTube new algorithm change is ruining creators. Right? Question mark. You'll ignore the question mark because people just read, right?
And just to tell you that you've been lazy,
Yes.
And you need to do the work.
And then and then he'll get in and he go, okay, so YouTube made these changes to the algorithm. Is YouTube really making it harder for creators to do their thing? A lot of people are saying that YouTube is going to ruin this for creators and they're seeing their revenue drop and blah, blah, blah. I'm Roberto Blake. Let's talk about it. No, you're wrong. You're just being lazy. You're not like, he'll clean it up right away. Of course, YouTube is not making the algorithm make less money for you. That would be just dumb because that won't entice you. So he'll fix it right away. But he'll smart enough to use the hook, whatever. And that's a decision whether you like to do that or not. I'm not a fan of negative energy. I really don't normally do stuff like that. I'm sure I will at some point, so I don't want to lambast it. I'm sure there'll be some reason to do that because it makes sense. And in those cases, when you watch Roberto does it, he does it, but he'll fix it. When you say, like, you know, I've seen he didn't title his this way. A lot of the other guys was like, don't buy it. It's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what is your worth? You don't get to say what's worth anything to anybody. You can say it's not worth it to you, but they're making it like it's the not worth it to the whole planet. And no matter what we say, you and I, sitting here right now, would never drop $200 on a Supreme t-shirt. Never. No. It's not cool for us to say it's not worth it, though, because to somebody, that's their identity, and it's worth it to them. Or there's somebody that's so rich that they will not only buy that $200 Supreme shirt, they will wipe their ass with it and throw it away because they can. It's not up to you. If you have those kind of hate feelings towards people who can spend money like that, you're never going to make money like that because you've already gave yourself a negative taste to being that wealthy.
Yeah. I think the thing we have to question with tech review at this point is you have to differentiate the educating tech reviewers versus, like, I hate to say it, but kind of the clickbaity tech reviewers. Yep. Because they will cover, just reading specs is a part of the work. It's a part of the business. It's just normal, plain Jane stuff to do. But the final verdict of, and the getting into the deliberation, if you will, part of choosing what you're going to do, it's interesting because that's where I really respect somebody like a Gerald Undone or somebody like Gordon Lang. Or even, you know, Christian Jordan when they're reviewing cameras and stuff like that, or just whatever tech. It doesn't matter. But I think in the tech space, though, we have to differentiate. And I think it makes it difficult for people that are new or they're uneducated in the space. But those that are truly trying to educate you to lead you to the best decision for you, and those that are just trying to tell you, like, get this one because, like, they're going either with maybe a general consensus around this is the agreeable thing and I'm going to put this out there to be on board or on pace, or the opposite, just for the clicks kind of a deal. You know, they're not going for you to get the true value of a purchase. Like, they don't care. The point of their creating is not really based in your making a good purchasing decision. And I think that's kind of where we're at with tech content right now, is you got to know who you're watching and how to watch them and what to listen to and what not to listen to, and be able to, like you seeing in this video that you pointed out, see the truth and then see what's left out or omitted. Because if you don't know, you don't know what got omitted. You only know what's been laid on the table. You know what I'm saying? You never even knew that was an option or a possibility. So I think it's going to be important as we move forward. But I also think it makes it hard on the educating space tech creators because they're going to be fighting even harder to get the clicks.
You know, it's true. Nico, I went to see it yesterday, like just the difference in size and the difference in weight. And it really leans me at 14 because, like, I have other machines to do work, even though it's so strange to say that because this will be the fastest of everything, but I probably won't work with them like that unless it's in clamshell mode. I primarily want it for typing on my lap and stuff like that. The other thing, Keely points out, yes, you can, that return policy is there. The problem about the testing before you buy thing that's a little bit difficult, playing with it in the store, they don't have your footage loaded. They have a lot of Apple stock footage. They have some projects you can play with in Final Cut and things like that. And it's not
Your
that they're hyper
workflow can't test
optimized.
it.
They're not hyper optimized, but they're using some of the best cameras on the planet to make that stuff. So it's still not going to really match you. Your plugins are missing, the things like that. They're quick. Let's just get it twisted. If you have an M1 anything, they're quicker. They're like almost more than double quicker of the standard M1. But for me, it's really about something to type on the road, and for what we did last week with the traveling and things like that, something for working in an airplane. As much as I love my Mini for traveling, because I made it travelable, I can't type on an 11-hour flight on a plane. I can't do it. I can't bust
What
it
do
out.
you know? Huh?
Shut
Don't
up.
have to get a portable monitor. Huh? Don't have to go get a Bluetooth mouse. Oh, you want to use USB mouse, or do you want to use a Bluetooth mouse? Huh? Let's go back and run around to the store, 14 different stores trying to find a freaking Bluetooth mouse. Huh? Let's go to Target. Huh? Oh, they have it at this one, but we need to go over here because all they got is some weirdo bubble. What was it? Pellet or what was that thing? A pebble? Yeah, pebble. Yeah. I was like, huh. I guess the little Mac Mini didn't quite work out. No, just kidding.
Because I forgot the monitor,
cool.
but still, it was cool. And
it was cool, but I get it though. Yeah, it's like
did you see Ken's video? Ken Okazaki, his portable. He's in our group, in the Ecamm group. He showed off his whole entire rig inside the case that I'm talking about. So you open it, camera with the Electron,
everything.
like lights. Yo, that's what I was wanting to build. So I'm probably going to build one. Sorry, I just had a weird problem.
Simplicity for me. Computer.
Yeah.
Like
well,
14 would be perfect.
You've
for me,
been
though,
on that
personally.
13 for so long. That's your game. You know what I mean? Like I walked away from them for a hot minute, and then I'll be happy to come back. But yeah, it's a whole different.
Even no, this is a 16 for so I have a 13, and then I have a 16. For me to go from 16 to 14 is not that big. It meets me perfectly in the middle. The use case, again, for me, the thing is this is an interesting position to be in entrepreneurially, because getting the best, honestly, is not required right now anymore, because there's a team being developed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally they need the best of the best with honors. I don't. What I'm looking at is small, or what I'm actually doing is small. So it's like somebody asked how many SSD drives, and I'm like, you know what? I've gone from like 10, 12 terabytes on the desk in active use to maybe 2 terabytes in active use. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you offload the work, the things that you need. So again, like even with the cameras, I'll get it because I want it, but I don't necessarily need, because honestly, my next trip, I'm looking to hire a videographer to handle stuff for me, so I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like thinking differently. And I think this speaks to even like, I kind of disagree with the decision for the MagSafe, the SD card, the HDMI. I get it. I disagree with it though.
Yep.
Because it's like the reason why we got rid of that stuff is because you have something like, and I get it, people don't like it, it annoys them, I hear you, but you have like the CalDigit T3 thing. All of that weight was in the computer. Now that weight is back for no reason. You are going to need more regardless, either way. Having that helps, but it's like most of the, so here's the thing. You have one SD card in the computer, right? Okay, what do most full frame cameras have? 2 gosh darn SD card slots, CF Express Type A, CSF, like you have, so you're going to need extra anyway.
Yep.
You're going to carry dongles, adapters, docking stations, and all of that stuff, regardless if your work is creative related. I think it's not wise for us to add that weight, extra ports, and extra stuff in the computers literally for no reason, because it's at no time was I ever just using a 1 SD card kind of a something. Like, you at least got 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make, I get it. It used to make sense. It don't anymore.
And I can't agree more. Like Tom did something and he showed that the SD reader is actually fast, which is good. But yeah, there is a certain weirdness to the fact of just, I don't know. SD I don't mind. HDMI it still irritates me because I'm looking at all of my monitors right here, other than the one that's on the wall. DisplayPort.
DisplayPort. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Even the little bitty
Yep.
joint we borrowed up in the mainland, it's DisplayPort. Yep. It has an HDMI, but it's still DisplayPort, right? Everyone complains about dongles. They're not heavy. But again, what's your favorite statement I learned from you in the first stream I ever watched of Diana? Like majoring in the minors. Everyone's freaking out about the $10 to $40 for some dongle that does this, and this. The universality of that port is so amazing, and maybe you don't see it this year, but trust me, when we're a couple years down the line and there's some new stuff that done came out, and you need that access and you can't do it, boom.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just cover this. As 10 GBE gets more prevalent, right? That's 10 gigabyte per second Ethernet. As it gets more prevalent, and you the only computer in the house with the slow network because you don't want to get a dongle that could use the 10 GBE, you'll get it when you start transferring. I can transfer like 50, 60 gigs of data in minutes. When I send stuff to my RAID goes, and then when I do it with the old computer, it'd be like, come back in 3 hours. I move more data in 6-7 minutes that can take up to 3 hours with the regular Ethernet connection because my Ethernet connection is stupid fast.
Yep.
And so
it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer just because, like, exactly what you said. Like, before, I think it was like sometime last year, I guess they got tired of me. Like, look, you need to upgrade your internet and everything else internet related, because when you see the difference in your time and efficiencies of what you're doing, this honestly, like, screw what I was just going to say. This screws us up now because the accessories that companies are literally built based off of these computers, those accessory companies are wasting time. They're wasting development and research money and time and tools and, what do you call it, molds and all this extra other stuff to fit what it is right now.
Yep.
When we could be getting closer to a 6-7 year gap in technology, even though we can't touch it yet, you're ready for it now. The accessories would be compatible, which means expect to do a whole thing switch again, workflow, accessories, and all the cable, all this stuff switch again, because they're giving you the stuff for the now, because you don't know what you will need or what's possible. Same thing back to the M1 Max freaking computer to begin with. It can do more. You just don't know what it can do.
You just don't know yet.
And you were giving
you haven't realized
its
its maximum potential. When you don't realize its maximum potential, it's a thing. And then I don't know, like, it's funny. We're in a weird position between, like, the disposability of computers and then try to do better. So Apple gets a lot of heat for quote unquote disposability. So what they just did, they just built a computer that will probably run you effectively for 6-7 years, because nobody's even close right now. By the time everybody else catches up, it's going to be at least 3 years. So if you add that, so you got 6-7 years on one of the bad boys that's out right now. And no one's talking about that, because all they want to talk about is, it's like $4,000. And it's like, so what? Like,
the money that you make, and that's the thing. Like, so it was funny. I was having a conversation with my dad, and he was like, "You order out a lot." Like, he's like, "You did a talk some years ago where you were saying like how much you would spend at the vending machines and fast food is like how much you could save, whatever." It was a talk that I gave, and I was like, "That's true." I said the difference is,
it was in a different position though.
Right. I said the difference is, though, now I don't cook. I get somebody to cook for me. Even if it's coming from a restaurant, it's still everything of what I would want. I pay for somebody to bring it to me. I tip them well. I spend 30 minutes eating and maybe another 30 minutes chilling if I want, or just that 30 minutes eating, and then I'm back in here to work. Instead, listen, what was it?
It's with the feet scratching the ground.
You gotta find a gift. Look, listen, y'all should have been there in Albany, okay? You're missing out. But no, it's like, so that time efficiency, I said, so I said, if you go to my website and you look at how much I charge for a 30-minute consultation to ask me a question and for us to break down and go through something, and for an hour consultation, what I charge per hour, I said, versus me spending an hour or so maybe in the kitchen, the cleanup time and eating time, and then go clean up again. I said that my time is better used, honestly, delegating food. And I said, so I'm not spending any more money. I said, because I'm buying less groceries. My grocery bill is like $100 a month, just simply for staples, for the little stuff that I want. Regular food, $350 a month, is just now extended out to other people to take care of that for me. And I don't do that. It's no different. Like I was telling them, my next goal is maid service and a chef, personal chef.
Holla back. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I just had to do this for you, Miss D.
Look, so this was Doc, y'all. And when we was in, put it back. No, put it back up. Put it back. Put the picture back. Hey, that was Doc. When we was in New York and Aiden in the room and camera junking, and Aiden makes this little noise or whatever. He's like having fun playing, doing his own thing. He's like, and I'm like, that was the noise Doc was making with his feet moving back and forth, tap dancing in the bathroom. Listen.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Oh my gosh.
That's just wrong. Anyway, the last thing I want to say, I think a lot of people also miss that. Again, we talk about this all the time in streaming, and I bring this up once in a while. Everybody's thinking about like, oh, I need another this, I need another that, I need another this, I need another that. And you did it last year. You said, you know what, I'm going to skip a bunch of this and that. I'm just going to upgrade to the freaking 1 gig connection. Probably the best thing you added to your kit in the last year was flawless connection. It's not even, no connection's flawless, but I mean, at least it's better and wider. So it can attempt to try to do more. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big difference. It is a big difference. And Gigi, holla back. Tell them again. People wouldn't do that because they've been busy listening to other folks. And everyone would love to come up and tell you about how time is money, right? But then they don't understand how, well, how many hours did you spend watching that whip this week?
Yep. Or in the line to get to the specific location that you wanted and the specific aisle that you like to be in because of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all those little things. I don't grocery shop. I forgot to place my order this morning, so it'll come this afternoon. But I don't grocery
New Yorkers will tell you how much they save Ubering. Everyone thinks, oh, Uber is expensive and blah, blah, blah. Most New Yorkers will tell you having it, buying it, paying the monthly for it, parking it, insuring it, fixing it after it got broke into 15 times, all of that. Like most of them would tell you, hey, I love not having a whip. They would just tell you. And it's funny because if you're born and raised on whip, you don't understand that. If you're born and raised on whip, you don't understand that. You don't understand not having the freedom. But if you think about it, it's one of the things we spend a lot on that sits nowhere. I mean, and now electric bikes are getting to the point where you can get 40, 50 miles on an electric bike without pedaling.
Was looking at that this morning. I was literally looking at this because it's like most of the things that you want to do are short. Just like, so for example, Camera Conspiracies is one of those guys, right? He has a scooter for when he wants to do something. And then you have where, like in Germany, you can, same way you can rent a scooter, you can rent a car the exact same way. And you know what I'm saying? You park it, it's done, that's the end of the thing, close it with the app, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a car. It's less than a car rental for sure and more efficient. And then two, if you really do need something or whatever, you have people or you have Uber or whatever. It's like, I'm kind of at that point because like it's time to renew the plates for my car or whatever. And I'm like, do I want to keep spending money in personal property tax and all of this extra other stuff and maintenance for a car that literally sits parked 99% of the time since 2019 now? It's like, and for insurance, and it's like all this stuff, and like it's the cord cutting kind of a thing, but literally for every other aspect of my life. So like Keely asked, like for a personal chef that does the meal prep for me, yes. I already had started in like 2019, those online services where you can get clothes mailed to you. I don't go shopping for clothes unless I need to go get something. they'd be like, "Did you like your shirt?" No, I didn't like this. It's too low cut in the front. It's too the shoulders. I don't like
Oh,
this.
I have that.
We'll
I have Stitch Fix.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love it.
those little efficiencies. Why am I wasting my time doing this stuff? And most of the time, they go, "Oh, well, we can order it for you when you go in the store." I can do that myself.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Like
boy
it's
right here.
okay.
You can see the
Granddad
old man with
Granddad doc,
old man with the Vespa and a little helmet and my little
100%.
my
Them things is
cabana
$500.
shorts. Yep, I'll be just
$500
like,
for the 49. Was it 49cc or something like that?
Yep. Well, I would get a Vespa. You know how I am.
Yeah.
You know, but still, I mean, it's the way to do it. And to Keely's point, in my neighborhood, there's a couple places that do it. Karen and I tried it, and I liked it. It was great time wise. I just wasn't happy with the chef's preparation because they overcooked the chicken, which you can't do that to black folks. But
better get it right.
It was like $8-9 a plate, and we got like a week worth of plates. And it was good. I mean, like, the idea was good, but it's not right. So I'm just waiting for a more talented chef to pop that joint up here. But like, it was all together. You went and picked it up on Sunday, and then you put them in your little fridge, and all you gotta do is follow the instructions on the thing to heat them up, and you can just go. So yeah.
See, this that stuff that like we talk about people using live streaming. Like your live stream could be about educating people about how you did the meal prep or whatever. It's like you got a skill or something that you enjoy doing or like or love doing, and you just sitting on it. Like me with the personal chef stuff, or even and it's not even, these are not demeaning jobs. It's not nothing like that. It's just a time efficiency thing. And this is stuff I literally hate to do. I hate doing laundry. I loved when I lived in Ohio, laundry was done. You know what I'm saying? For you.
Yep.
So the thing is, it's like you see the efficiencies and what does it make possible when I can delegate simple tasks to someone else.
Come on, Keely.
And pay
Just
them
us.
well to do it. Just put a little FH umpires right there.
I'm gonna have a little FH umpire sticker. Me and Keely be chilling.
Blow your whistle.
Everybody got the bell. We just gonna be whistling at people. Move away.
Ooh, Keely had it. Said if you're in the right metropolitan area, owning a car is solely a very expensive hobby.
Yep. And again, like it's just stuff that we've been trained on here. Hopefully, sooner or later, we'll get a government people in charge that understand why we need to go to heavy rail and light rail. We just really bad at it because the car companies lobbied against everything public trans and rail oriented. But anyway, I gotta bounce. I gotta go catch up with my brother and do some things. It has been a fantastic show. I really needed to be here today, so thank you guys for showing up. All of my crew members. Hanging out there and with Gigi. Gigi knows, bruh. Gigi knows. Yep, laundry sucks. Yeah, exactly. You know what we need, Gigi? We need to start. Oh my goodness, come on, Gigi. We need to start. HelloFresh, Blue Apron, all of those. We need to Hello Collard Greens, Hello Soul Food. We need that. We need Hello Soul Food.
Listen, if I don't get some
ours would be called Hey, what's up?
Potatoes, macaroni and cheese, some cornbread, and some like hook me up. Yeah, that's the meal prep. That's my cheat day. Just give me the Thanksgiving platter. All right, just throw that in there for a nice Thursday afternoon. All right, you know, I'm just saying.
my soul food platter cereal would be called Love, Peace, and Chicken Grease. That's what I'm talking about. Listen. Let's get started on that. Because then, if I can send some meal prep that tastes like stuff, especially with, hey, when you get your greens, it come with a vinegar packet and hot sauce. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. Man, Miss D, thank you for today, but now you got me wanting to blaze pizza with that butter crust, bro.
I wasn't finna say nothing. I sure thought about it. And I wasn't finna say nothing.
Rob got Blaze Pizza where he lives, so he can get that.
Let me go DoorDash real quick and see if we got one around.
Robin, I need to talk to you sooner or later because I think I have an idea for something that I want to do, and I think
he just wants you to get some Blaze Pizza free.
No, I want to do. I want to do it in Sedona, and I want to get your feelings on such a thing.
Right.
Yeah. Me and Karen been talking about this, so it's fitting to happen. And Keely said that red Vespa though. Come on now. I really want that red Vespa. It's called the Vespa Red 125. That's what it is called. And I want that joint. And like I said, I throw me little stickers on the side. And then like, give me a little helmet. I'll wear this hat right here. I don't need no helmet. I'm already old. I can die. I'll be just like that. Look, I'm going to kick it like.
I'm already old.
Or I can do the Heather Ramirez version. just be cool. Be like, what's his name? Derek. Yo, Grandma, I didn't call my kids over.
Yo, Grandma, you lied at me about stealing some gas from the gas station. Yeah. I told them they had to pay up. They ain't give me all my Skittles in the pack. He's coming to St. Louis. He's coming. It was so dope. He was. I saw an ad for him, and he did this. So, fun fact: using your video skills to your benefit, he ran a Facebook ad because he was doing a show in St. Louis at one of the comedy places, and he did this like, "Yo, St. Louis, I'm coming to see you." It was him and Derek, but it was like a skit. I literally watched that ad twice, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, I'm not coming to the show, but this is hella funny.
Oh my goodness. Gigi said she had Blaze last night, and she said our ingredient list will consist of ham hocks and smoked turkey.
Listen.
Yo, that's funny. All right, gang. Thank you guys for coming through. It's been awesome serving y'all, folks. Let me play some little theme music. We'll see y'all next week, and I'll see you guys Saturday, of course. How you play?